Today, we're going to be talking about account managers. So I've had this question, and this is something that's really unique to Forever and a really great benefit of Forever, that you're able to recognize and hand down that recognize that your legacy will be handed down to the next generation. Forever is there permanently so that your family members and future generations will be able to have access to whatever it is that you give them access to. And one of the tools that's used in that is the account manager role. And so I wanted to talk with you a little bit about that. Now, first of all, I want to say that the preservation settings, what happens upon your passing, is something that Forever is going to be turning its attention to make it even better. So that is something on the roadmap that is going to get better in the future, but it's already great. And I'm going to show you some of the things that you need to do in order to secure your account to be able to hand down to your children. Actually, let me just rephrase that. There's nothing that you need to do to secure your account and hand it down to your children. Keep in mind that Forever is the guardian of your memories. That is the contractual promise that Forever made with you when you purchased storage. So Forever is the guardian and will be there to care for your items online over time. So they can be shared with the next generation. But there's things that you can do in setting up someone in your family to take control of your account and take charge of your account now to be able to have easy access and editing capabilities. And also in the future, like when you're not here, so their family members will be able to have access. Now, of course, you can always just give out the password and the login information to your children. That is an option. That is not what we recommend at Forever. I believe, and we believe at Forever, that it's important for you to tell your own story, to create your own legacy in your Forever account, and have it set so it can't be deleted. So nothing in there can be deleted. And that is the beauty of the process of using an account manager and using connections in your Forever account to be able to share your story without worrying that it's going to be deleted. Okay, so I'm going to show you that. Also, I'm going to let you know that there is a nice document that I will share as well that you can print out and fill out so that you can keep that information in your trust binder so that your family member will have all the information they need in regards to your permanent and private digital home Forever, where you're keeping your most important family stories, whether it's photos, videos, audio files, or documents. So let me first just go ahead and share my screen with you. And we're going to look at a couple of things. Oops, I think I shared the wrong screen. We don't want that screen. One second here. Let's see. Well, I thought that was the screen. All right, hold on. Okay, there we go. We have the right screen now. Okay, so this is my Forever account, and I'm going to show you a couple of things. So first of all, in order to find our account managers, who our account manager is, we need to go under connections. So connections is the place that you connect with people in your Forever account. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on connections. Now, we did talk last week about creating albums and how we can share those albums publicly, keep them private, share them with our connections, or share them with groups of people. So that was our training maybe 2 weeks ago on album sharing levels. And I'm going to dig in more in that topic and talk about groups in a coming lunch series. But today, I really want to focus on this account manager. So when you have a connection in Forever, you can see I have a number of connections here. When you have a connection into Forever, that means that that person can come in and see any of the albums you have marked for connections. So example, this is my daughter's account. So let's just go look at her account. So if I click on her account, she's my connection. So I can come in here and see anything that she has set for connections. And then I can open that up. I can read about her story, whatever that might be. I can look at her adorable photos. She is a senior in high school now, but this was a fun birthday party. And I can even copy any of these photos I want to my library because I'm a connection with her, or I can download the photos if I'd like them. That was a super fun birthday party. So that is what connections are all about. So, I'm not connected on forever like I am with people on Facebook, right? My forever connections are my close people that I want to share my photos and stories with. And as we will talk more about, you can divide that up into groups. So if I said, well, I only want to share these albums with, the football team, and I only want to share these albums with my extended family, I want to share these albums with my children, right? I can break that up into groups. But if albums are marked connections, anyone in your connections will be able to see the photos and the albums, just like I'm showing you here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to connections and point out a few things. So for my daughter, Anna Faith Murray, you can see here, if I highlight over this little person, that I am her account manager. She's set that up. And you can see that I am her account manager. So we're back and forth. We're both account managers for each other. And the way I fix that is a little caret top right-hand corner of her card. I set her here as an account manager. Okay. Now here is where I could add her to some groups if I wanted to, but again, we'll talk about that in another training, but I can just toggle this on or off. Now let's talk about what an account manager does. So I'm going to show you an example, and then we'll talk about what an account manager does. I'm going to show you an example with my mom's account right here. So you can see that I am her account manager. So let's go look at that and we'll talk about it. So if I click on her, now I'm just clicking on her as a connection, right? I'm seeing any of the albums that she has set for me to see as a connection. And clearly I can go in, just like I showed you, to any of these albums, read the stories, and copy them to my account if I'd like. But I could also go ahead and manage her account right here, the blue link right under her name. I can manage her account, which will allow me into her account to see everything. Okay. So I now am managing her account. You can see the red bar at the top of the screen that's saying that I'm acting on behalf of her, managing her account. And in doing that, I'm able to go to the library, the albums, the tags, the projects. I can go to any of these pages. I can go to her connections. I can work on her connections. There's only two things I cannot do as her account manager. One is I cannot delete photos or videos. I can't delete the files, which is great. Two, I cannot make a purchase. So I can't spend any money in her account. Now, I can see albums that she's marked private. And I had that question brought up to me the other day, and I wanted to just talk about that because I'm managing her account. I can see everything, right? So it's like I can care for her account. I just can't delete her photos, which is good. But I also can see all the albums. So someone had asked me if she wanted to keep an album private, if it was possible to do that. And I said, well, not right now, but that is something on the soon to do roadmap of Forever, is to have private set up so that the account manager doesn't see the private. So they're working on that. I know one way they're going to do that pretty quickly is through groups. If you set up someone to be in a group, eventually you'll be able to make them an account manager of that group. So as an account manager, you can make them account manager of all the different groups you wanted, and then just not have your private albums in the groups. Okay. I hope that made sense. So again, now I'm managing her account. I could come in and go to any of her photos. And as a manager, you can see here that I could come in and begin editing the metadata on the photos. I could hit edit info and I could add to these stories. I could add tags. I could create additional albums. I could share. You can see here, I've got the share button. I'm able to share this link with anyone. I can begin curating in her account. If I go to her albums page, I can set up a new album for her and work within her account. This is the place where we determine the privacy settings, right? So if it's a private album for just, the account holder, if it's a public album to tell your story publicly, that's an option. The connections, I just showed you all the connections, or the groups where you are dividing out your things per group. Okay, so I could go over to, her library. She's redoing her kitchen, so I can see those photos, which she just sent me this morning, which is really funny. There it is. Looking good, Mom. She's already gotten those in her account. I could upload to her account if I wanted to. So you can see I can do everything, but I don't have a delete button up here. So I cannot delete. I can go to her connections again, as I mentioned, and make people account managers, or, do anything, add them to groups, anything within the account. So it's great to have your kids as account managers in your account. How do you do that? Okay, so you just go to connections, and the first thing you want to do is invite someone to forever. So under connections, just click invite to forever, and you can send them an email here, and you could write them a message. I would recommend you letting them know that you're going to do this, because sometimes the people, I think we all receive so many emails these days, but it might get overlooked. So you could you're basically sending them an invitation to have a free login to forever. You can be connected in connections without purchasing storage. You can just have a login at forever, and then connect them to you by, let me show you. So first of all, if you send them this, that will bring them in and connect them to you in your connections, number one. Number two, it's going to give them an opportunity to use a $20 coupon. So that's great. And I will say that's also the refer a friend coupon. So it's the same coupon as if you came over to the right-hand side and went to your refer a friend. This is the same link, basically. So once they are connected to you, once they have their account, their login set up, then you can search for them here. So for example, I'll just search my pro account, and there we go. You can see I have a lot of forever accounts because I've been around a long, long time. And when we were first launching, we did a lot of testing. And so I was constantly testing with new accounts, but they're still there. So a little embarrassing, but there's not that many Shelley Murrays, believe it or not. But this is my pro account right here. And that's the one that I welcome my clients and anybody to come and receive training and, all the information that I like to share about forever. So you would just search for them and add them. So I actually am already added to that one. So that was a bad example, but let's just do, oh gosh, who else should I think of? All right, I'm just thinking of a friend right now. She came to mind. Hold on, I did that wrong. Okay. So here we go. Sandy Campbell, friend. Okay, I could add her right here, add a new connection. And then she would have to approve it. She would get a little number right here above her connections saying that Shelley Murray would like to connect with you. And then she would just click OK. And then she would be added as a connection. And then once added as a connection, that card will come up here. And then you can click the caret and turn on account manager. Okay. How are we doing on time? We're great. I'm going to show you one last thing. I want to show you this document that you are able to print out and use in your trust binder. And this is a really great thing. I will actually also put this, it's available. I can share a link with it on the page there on our Facebook group that we use. If, hold on one second here. Just looking for it quickly. Here it is. Okay. But let me show it to you. I'll share screen. Okay. There it is. Okay. So this is a document that you can print out, and this will allow everyone to know where your family memories are. You can put your account email address here, not password, just email. You can put the names of your account managers here so that they can be contacted. And then you can sign the bottom. It's also a great idea, I think should be added on here. If you know who your ambassador is and the contact information, that would be good too. That is something that I have sadly have had a few clients who have passed away, and it has been very beautiful for me to be able to help them access the memories and to, just be part of that story and see the joy that they have when they recognize that this person has really taken the time to curate their stories and to save their photos. Because in the end, that's all that people have left. is the photos and the memories. So anyways, it's super important. So thank you for being with me today at Let's Have Lunch. It's 12:45. I think we did it in 15 minutes. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear even comments on the Facebook group, what you'd like to hear about. So I hope that account manager was something that is helpful in learning a little bit more about Forever. Have a great day.